If someone had sat me down 40 years ago and told me what I'm about to tell you, I would have had a different life. Nobody did. Nobody had the guts, or maybe nobody cared enough. So I lived 94 years the wrong way, and now I'm sitting in this chair trying to make sure you don't do the same damn thing. My name is Frank Holloway. I'm 94 years old. I worked in a steel mill for 50 years, came home smelling like iron every night, and I thought that made me a man. My wife Martha's been gone 11 years. My son calls on holidays sometimes. Most nights the loudest thing in this house is the clock on the wall. Everything I'm about to say you won't hear from your boss, your friends, or anyone who's still in the middle of the race. You'll only hear it from someone who already crossed the finish line and realized it was the wrong one. I lost everything that mattered, and I'm going to tell you exactly how it happened so you don't have to find out the way I did. I lived my whole life believing one sentence: work hard enough and everything else will take care of itself. My old man believed it too. He came off a troop ship in 1945, walked straight into the mill and never left. Worked there for 38 years. Came home every night with cracked hands and a bad back, and he never once complained. I watched that man my whole childhood and I thought, okay, so that's what a real man looks like. You give everything to the job, and the job takes care of the rest. So I did the same thing. I started on the floor at 23, took every double shift they offered, and by 30 I was running a crew. I told myself, just get to foreman and things will ease up. I made foreman and I said, just get to supervisor. I made supervisor and I said, just 5 more years. And I said that for the next 30 years, over and over, like a prayer I didn't believe anymore but couldn't stop repeating. You're saying it right now. Maybe the words are a little different. Once this project wraps up, once I get the promotion, once the mortgage is paid off. Different words, same lie. I know because I said it for 50 years and not once did later show up with what it promised. I'm 94. Later never came. It did not come for me. It is not coming for you. 1964, October. I was 35, and the number 3 furnace at the mill was about to blow. If that thing went down, we were losing tens of thousands of dollars an hour. And I had this idea in my head that everything depended on me, so I stayed on that floor for 36 hours straight without closing my eyes once. When we got it running again, the boss put his hand on my shoulder and said, "Frank, you're the heart of this plant." Sweetest thing anyone had ever said to me. I drove home at 3 in the morning with grease under my fingernails, feeling like I'd won something that mattered. I opened the front door and the house was dead quiet. On the kitchen table there was a plate of steak and potatoes covered in aluminum foil, the kind Martha always left out when I worked late, and next to it was a small card my son Jim had made. He was 9 years old. I'd forgotten in all that noise and heat that it was Jim's first championship baseball game. The card had one sentence: "Dad, we won, even without you, even without you." I thought I'd saved something important that night. But my own kid was learning how to win without his father in the stands. And the worst part is, he wasn't angry. He wasn't even disappointed anymore. He'd just accepted it. That's what happens when you let people down enough times. They stop expecting you to show up. Let me ask you something. Who are you staying up late for? You think the company falls apart if you leave early one day? I promise you it doesn't. But your kid's childhood, your wife sitting alone every night, those things don't wait. And once the people you love learn to live without you, they don't unlearn it. But here's the thing about Martha. She left that plate out every single time. Every night I came home late, there was dinner wrapped in foil and a little note that said heat for 4 minutes. She did that for 30 years. 30 years of cold plates and little notes, and I never once sat down and said thank you. I just ate and went to bed. If someone had told me back then, Frank, the plate is the point, the note is the point, she's telling you something every night and you're not listening, I might have heard it, but nobody said it, so I'm saying it to you. Someone in your life is leaving plates out for you. You know who it is. When was the last time you thanked them? I wasn't the only one who got it wrong. There was a man named Bill who worked under me, a welder, held a torch for 40 years. Bill was the most dependable man I ever knew, never missed a single shift, and even when he was sick, he'd show up and say, "My station, my responsibility." We all thought Bill was irreplaceable. Bill thought so too. Bill retired at 66. They threw him a big party. The CEO came down and gave him a gold-plated watch. Bill held that watch like it was the most precious thing he'd ever owned, tears in his eyes. He actually believed 40 years of sweat were worth that little piece of ticking metal. 2 weeks later, Bill was dead, heart attack. He was packing his gear for his very first fishing trip as a free man. I went to the funeral. You know how many people from the plant showed up? Almost nobody. Bill's station was filled by a 25-year-old kid the next morning. 40 years of everything he had gone overnight. Bill's headstone says a diligent worker. The company bulletin board said welding position filled. That's what loyalty gets you, not a legacy, a job posting. Here's what I wish I'd told Bill when he was alive. Bill, that watch isn't worth a damn. Go home early today. Take your wife to dinner. Go on that fishing trip now, not when you retire now. Your station will still be there tomorrow. Your life might not be. I didn't say it. I thought the same way he did. And now we're both out of time, except Bill doesn't even get to sit in a chair and warn you about it. I spent 50 years believing the job would take care of everything. It didn't take care of a single thing that mattered. When I was sitting alone in a hospital waiting room 3 years ago, the career didn't make the phone call. The pension didn't hold my hand. The reputation didn't sit next to me and say, "Frank, it's going to be okay." Martha would have. Martha would have been right there, squeezing my hand too hard the way she always did. But Martha was already gone. And the years when she was alive, I spent coming home late and telling her I'd slow down next year. So let me tell you what I know now, the thing I wish someone had beaten into my head 50 years ago. Nobody on their deathbed has ever said, "I wish I'd stayed later at the office." But I promise you, plenty of men have said, "I wish I'd been there." I'm one of them. I'm saying it right now. Here's what I need you to do. Tonight, when you get home, put the phone down before you walk through the door. Don't check your email. Don't turn on the TV. Find the person who's been waiting for you all day and sit next to them. You don't have to say anything. You don't have to fix anything. Just be in the room. That's it. If that sounds too simple, that's because it is. And that's exactly why I missed it for 50 years. Don't end up like me. I'm not saying that to scare you. I'm saying it because I'm 94 years old, and I would give every single day I spent in that mill to go back and sit next to Martha one more time. Just one more plate of cold steak and a little note that says heat for 4 minutes. That's all I want. And I can't have it. But you can. That's the difference between you and me. You've still got time. Whatever you missed yesterday, you can show up for today. So show up. If this hit you somewhere, send it to someone who needs to hear it. The kind of person who's working too hard and thinks nobody notices. They need this more than you do. I'll be right here. Same chair, same place. I don't know how many of these I've got left in me, but I'll keep going as long as I can. Go home. They're waiting.